Hey guys, welcome to the show. In this episode, well, you've seen the title of the video, so you know what's coming, but I just don't know how to properly start this episode off and give this movie the intro it deserves. Hey guys, welcome to the show. Now, the movie that we're going to talk about in this episode is so bad that... No, that's not going to work. Hey guys, welcome to the show. Now, in the past on this channel, we've talked about movies that are so bad they're good, and Howard the Duck is... That's not going to work either. Hey guys, welcome to the show. Now, in this episode, we're talking about one of the most notoriously awful movies ever made. Yep, that's it.
Howard the Duck.
Okay, so if you go into this movie expecting something deep and meaningful, I think you're barking up the wrong tree or maybe sniffing for the wrong truffle, because Howard the Duck is the type of movie that you put on to laugh at or with. Nothing more. You want more than that from Howard the Duck? Well, I think you're making a mistake. A big mistake.
Big. Huge.
So given the quite serious nature of the last episode where we talked about the entity and the horrible things going on there, I thought we'd brighten things up a little in this video by talking about this little beauty, and do you know what? It's not as bad as people say. What? I'm serious. The cast is fine, adequate at least. There's a story there, I mean, albeit a basic one, but there, and it's just a stupid little fun movie with some mad shit going on too. So for people out there that have never heard of Howard the Duck, it was a movie that came out in 1986 and it failed epically, and while over the years it has developed a cult following, it was panned by the general public when it was released for the absolute disaster that it was, and still is. I mean, I said a moment ago that it's not as bad as people say, but it is terrible, like really, really shit, but also strangely enjoyable. Maybe nostalgia plays a role here for me, because I must have seen this movie for the first time when I was 8, 9, 10, something like that, which is maybe a bit young, and we'll get back to that later, but I really do have a soft spot for this movie, and the purpose of this video is to let you know that if you give this movie a chance, you just might have a good time, even if no one else watching it with you feels the same way. So, if we take it from the beginning, and as usual without giving away spoilers or going through the whole movie beat for beat, in a nutshell, or duckshell if you prefer, Howard the Duck's a comedy sci-fi adventure about a talking duck named Howard who gets transported to Earth by accident and tries his best to get back to his home planet. Anyway, when Howard arrives on Earth with no idea what's going on, he meets and becomes friends with Beverly. Beverly's the lead singer from a rock band and is played here by Leah Thompson. Yes, that Leah Thompson from Back to the Future.
I've never seen purple underwear before, Calvin.
Beverly then decides to help Howard figure out how he ended up on Earth and how to get back to his home planet where a different evolutionary ladder occurred to ours here on Earth.
A world almost exactly like ours.
Something about ducks evolving, and listen, I'm no scientist, I just hope I explained that properly.
Some theory.
Okay, so from what I've just described to you, and also given the fact that Howard was originally a Marvel comic book character, you'd think this movie was made for kids, right? Well, as you're watching it, you'd be forgiven for thinking that, yeah, children were the target audience here, given the cheesy dialogue, overacting, and the outrageous scenarios the characters find themselves in.
Jennings! They're seasoning me!
And believe me, these moments are plentiful.
You filthy scumbucket!
Where's my baseball cap? Shut up. Fascist! Ow! Fucking fascist!
And if that wasn't enough to confirm your suspicions that this movie was made for a younger audience, don't forget we're watching a movie where the main character's a talking duck from outer space.
What is that? That's a duck! That's a duck, man!
But that's when I think Howard the Duck actually succeeds in a bizarre way, because what you get here's a movie about a talking duck that on the surface seems quite PG and kid-friendly, but there's more than a few times the movie will catch you by surprise with the unexpected adult humour. Example? There's a scene where Howard's a bit down on his luck and he sees a guy on TV through a shop window talking about duck hunting season and how awesome it is.
Every hunter can blast 15 of those from the sky.
Okay, wait, I know they bleeped it out, but come on, he clearly said fucks there.
15 of those from the sky.
Well, that's not child-friendly. And if that wasn't bad enough, how about moments of, shall we say, raunchiness? Is that a word? Like when Howard gets a job at a sleazy jacuzzi place? I mean, shit, there's even duck nudity right at the start of the movie that I'm gonna censor for obvious reasons, but yeah, what the fuck? I'm sure I read something somewhere about the project changing direction a few times, or that they weren't quite sure which audience to cater for, like it was supposed to be for kids, then they made it more adult, or vice versa. But regardless, there's just too much insanity on show here for the human brain to withstand. Well, almost too much. So, moving on to the actors involved in this medley of madness. Who do we have? Well, Tim Robbins is in this movie. You know, Tim Robbins, winner of multiple awards over the years for being a very talented actor. You might recognise him from other roles he's played throughout his long and successful career, but for me, it will always be The Shawshank Redemption.
How can you be so obtuse?
Anyway, so yes, we get Tim Robbins playing the role of a scientist trying to help Howard get home, but just look at what they did to him. He's so giddy. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoy him whenever he's on screen in this movie, as bad as it may be, but it's just so weird seeing him like this. I know he's played other zany roles over the years, but what the hell did they do to you, Tim? Who directed this movie? Willard Hook? Huck? Hike? So with the usual apologies for probable mispronunciations of names out the way, let's take a look at some of the other reasons that, for me, make this movie so damn enjoyable. Let's start here where we've just had the wiki moment. I don't believe I just said that. And Howard asks Phil what a pizza is, and guess what may just be the greatest answer of all time?
It's a circular Italian food object.
Come again?
It's a circular Italian food object.
A circular Italian food object.
Heather, that is so not cool, man.
I know it's not cool.
That is so not cool.
I know it's not cool.
Well, do you know what? I gave you fair warning of the lunacy that will be on show here, so don't go blaming me if you're not quite the same after giving this movie your time. So I mentioned earlier that I was probably too young to watch this movie the first time that I seen it. Well, we get to a point in the movie where Beverly brings Howard back to her place to spend the night, and they end up in bed together.
Maybe it's not a man you should be looking for.
And yep, this really is as awkward as it sounds.
It's just that you're so incredibly soft and cuddly.
It's just weird that this scene seems to come out of nowhere, not to mention the fact that it's going into cross-species relations, but even weirder than that, what is it with Leah Thompson? Yes, that Leah Thompson. First she was kissing her son in Back to the Future, and now attempted Duckman intimacy. Why does Leah Thompson seem to find herself in these unbelievably risque parts or moments? Somebody should have a word with her.
Be gentle.
And despite what I just said, I like Leah Thompson in this movie. And I know there's at least one of you watching that just groaned at me for saying that, but hear me out. Okay, yes, I know she maybe overplays the part a little and subtle doesn't seem to be in her acting repertoire, but I don't think it's really her fault here. Is it just the way the character was written? I don't know, but bottom line, she fits nicely into this movie, and while the character of Beverly can be a bit annoying at times,
Hi, I'm Beverly.
Leah Thompson brings something to the role here that I like, and I don't think it'd be the same movie without her.
Cut it out, Howard.
Another laughable or sort of classic cliched thing that Howard the Duck will give you is this little reoccurring musical piece that's played when the movie's clearly trying to tell the audience, hey, this moment is emotional, pay attention, you're supposed to care about what's going on here. And again, don't get me wrong, the music really is nice and sweet. That wee flute is delightful, and it actually does make you care about what's happening on screen. The first couple of times it's used, because by the fourth or fifth time we hear it, it feels forced and definitely overused.
Are you okay?
Oh, it's just my pride. Bev, get dressed. Aren't you gonna see me off?
So what about the actual character of Howard the Duck? Are you going to love him or hate him? Well, it's a weird one for me because while at times he is so annoying being this wisecracking take-no-shit duck who also knows quack fu,
no one laughs at a master of quack fu.
he is sort of likeable because, come on, he's a wisecracking take-no-shit duck who also knows quack fu.
Watch out, he's a master of quack fu.
Howard's played by Ed Gale, who was also Dink from Spaceballs, and was voiced by another person with a name that I will no doubt butcher here yet again. Chip Zane? Apologies as always. And how you feel about the character during the movie definitely swings backwards and forwards between likeable and, well, let's just play the clip from earlier.
Every hunter can blast 15 of those from the sky.
I think the problem with the character is that he's supposed to be stranded here on Earth, you know, a strange planet to him, but he just seems a bit too streetwise and ready to mouth off when really he's supposed to just be a duck out of water. Yes, absolute pun intended. End the episode right here. Roll the credits. But seriously, you'll know what I mean when you watch it, but don't let that put you off, because as annoying as it may be at times, you find yourself sort of rooting for him by the end of the movie. Well, I was anyway.
We'll never get home.
30 seconds to arrival.
So let's wrap this bad boy up, or bad little duck. No, fuck that. Howard the Duck is well worth a watch, even though you've probably heard it's one of the worst movies ever made. Trust me, it's not.
I've seen worse.
Yes, it's not a good movie. Yes, you'll probably regret watching it, but just give it a try. You never know. You just might like it.
Okay. Crazy guy.
Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and remember,
I like Spider-Man.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. I just don't know how to properly give this video the right intro and give it Hey guys, I just don't know how to properly start this episode off and give this movie the intro it actually deserves and needs, and wow. I just don't know how to start this episode off and give Hey guys, welcome to the show. Now, in the channel, Hey guys, welcome to the show. Now, the episode that we're going to talk about in this movie is so back to front that... Okay, so from what I've just described to you, and also given the fact that Howard was originally a car... Don't forget we're watching a movie where the talking duck is a